Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. Please allow me to use this scene of Far Eastern consumerism to use as a background, basically, to give you a update on the heroic struggle of the German people against the corrupt state media. So actually there have been recent new events since the time when I made my last video, and of course I want to report about this. I want to summarize it briefly in English for you. So the first thing I want to mention is that activists of the German identitarians declared themselves in solidarity with the activists who try to stop the collection or to actually sabotage or make the collection of the broadcasting fee in Germany a little more awkward, a little more troublesome for our public broadcasting service, as I explained in my previous video on this topic. And what the identitarians did then is they climbed the WDR-Building, the building of the Western German Public Broadcasting Service, and they unrolled a banner that said basically, we should sabotage the collection or the fee, or I think they mean the collection of the fee, which is basically what the other activists, Hallo Meinung and Rundfunk-frei, what their goal is. So typical identitarian style, climb a building, unroll a banner, make it into the media. Everyone sees the pictures, everyone talks about it, and this is a peaceful, efficient activism, I think. And of course, the activists are now in trouble. They have they had an encounter with the police, not a violent one, of course, but I don't know if they will be charged now with trespassing or something. But of course, nothing happened. I mean, they didn't even damage the building. No paint was used. It's just a banner that they unrolled. You can see it in the thumbnail to this video. And then they threw down some flyers, some leaflets actually, that should inform the public about their activism. And even though this is very harmless and left-wing groups do these things all the time, and they actually, in addition to that, do far worse things, actual violent crimes being committed in the name of left-wing activism or so-called activism. It's just crimes, actually, if you ask me. But nevertheless, there is a German police force. It's called Startschutz, and that is a Startschutz. The initials are, of course, twice the letter S. Very interesting. But this is a special police unit that is working against threats to the German state. So that means they are investigating this now, and that means that if some activists unroll a banner that says we do not want to pay the public broadcasting tax anymore, or the fee, sorry, it's not a tax, it's a fee. So stupid. Stupid mistake from my side, sorry. If we don't want to pay this fee anymore, then this is a direct attack or a substantial threatening attack on the German state. So you see how crazy and unhinged the system Merkel is already when such a big caliber like the Staatsschutz is activated in light of such a harmless and peaceful action here, or peaceful activism that you saw here. And the other thing that is also very, very interesting, its problem is I do not really know if it is true, but let's just say it is. there was a whistleblower, apparently an anonymous whistleblower from within the public broadcasting system, and that whistleblower wrote a letter or an email to one of the public broadcasting fee activists, and they actually corroborated a lot of things that we know here on the right, or that we assume, and that is, for example, that there is a strict rule to present foreigners in Germany only in a positive light. All the stories that would show them as exploiting our welfare systems or committing crimes here, all that stuff cannot be on the media. Only positive stories about migration are allowed. Everything else into the dustbin. Okay? It was along those lines that, if you want to continue to work here, or if you want to have a career here, you should know what kind of articles we expect here. And then the other thing is that the people who are, especially the higher-ups and the permanent staff in the public broadcasting, they are left-wing, so they are Social Democrats or Green Party affiliated, or they're even Antifa members. So that means our public broadcasting has been infiltrated and is now full of Antifa members, actually. This is something I always assumed, but I never had any evidence. This is at least the testimony of an anonymous whistleblower. That is better than nothing, but because in the past there were several incidents where the speech codes, let's say, or the way that Antifa phrases things was directly adopted by the public broadcasting, and that actually made me think. I thought, how can that be? How can the public broadcasting of Germany, for a couple of decades ago that was still a very conservative institution, how are they now actually adopting verbatim and one by one the speech codes and the phrases of Antifa, the way that Antifa phrases things? You could see that directly in the public broadcasting articles, or in their videos or texts that they produce. All right, and then the whistleblower furthermore says that actually the work of the public broadcasting is already made very difficult by millions of people in Germany who refuse to pay the fee. So apparently there are already some, and I don't know if they refuse period, or if they just do what I hinted at in my previous video, that they underpay in 1 month, overpay in the next month, and that just makes a lot of trouble for the accounting department of the public broadcasting in Germany. But that I don't really know, but this whistleblower said that their work is already made really difficult, and they're already afraid that these new forms of activism that we see now, and more people getting fed up and joining in this activism, will make it even worse in the future, and that they're facing serious trouble if that is about to become a reality. That means that people make it hard for them to actually balance the account of the households. That means, as I said, send the fee by mail, with banknotes and coins, in the old school way, or overpay or underpay in certain months or quarters. But the overall amount is correct then, but they still need to manually keep track of the accounts somehow then. All right, so this is good news, I think. I hope that this activism will go further. I will definitely join, and I will put the links down below once again for you guys. And also I will link to the video of the whistleblower, or where someone reads that statement at least. It's in German, but yeah, for you guys who understand German, at least you can see it, but maybe you already knew that. I tried to summarize the main points here. Yeah, if you have any questions or if you have any comments about that, please, yeah, the comments down below are the place for that. And stay tuned. I will, of course, in the future, if something substantial happens here, I will report on that and let you know what's happening on this front. For the time being now, be safe wherever you are. Servus, Kameraden. What a crazy place here. Doesn't look like communism to me somehow.